Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Doing a lot better now. I'm not as sick, or I'm not sick like last week. I think the last time I streamed was the 11th. So like the 10th for you guys in the US. But here we are, 18th of July in Australia. 9:34 a.m. Less than half an hour till the daily close. And let's check out where things are sort of situated right now. If we go back out to the weekly, I think this is a pretty cool view to see for Bitcoin, because on the cipher indicator, we've got the buy signal that happened last week. So that's it's indicating that there's a change in direction for this momentum wave. So we've got the low here and a switch in direction, which means this wave should be calming down and coming back to the baseline of 0, and then potentially we get a flip and get that wave building to the top side. The other cool thing is on the MACD, we've got this MACD cross, this bullish cross happening. Hasn't happened yet, but it's suggesting that it might. We've got a couple of, if I go full screen on it, you'll be able to see it. These two histogram bars here are light red, which means there's a shift in direction. And then things are heading back to the baseline, so back to neutral. So we've been bearish for some time now, since the all-time high. And now things are, seems like the bulk of the supply has sold off already. I think we've definitely seen the worst of it, no doubt about it. We're still stuck in this range, though, between 23,000 and 17,600. And we could be in this range for some time to come. So, there's plenty of time to accumulate, I think. There should be plenty more time ahead. But, this is where we're at. Steven, Crypto Digger, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Elrond. Let's check out Elrond. Elrond is actually still a good crypto to think about for the next run, because let me just find it. EGLD. EGLD. Here we go. Look at that. It's in a beautiful position to reaccumulate. It's come right back down below $60. And if it's to push to its all-time high again, you're going to get a return of, like, from here. Oh, pressing the wrong button. Let me get it. There we go. 833% return from this position back to the all-time high. A lot of the alts look like that. Like, you're going to get, returns up in the high hundreds. So I actually posted not long ago a list of the cryptos and how they would perform if they were to go back to their all-time high from the current price that they're at. I'll just screenshot it just so I can show you. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it already, but 1 second. Okay, here we go. So, as you can see, Bitcoin, although it's like a nice, stable, well, comparatively speaking, like to the rest of the market, but it's a nice, confident coin to be in. The returns back to all-time high aren't as impressive as some of the alts. You can see down the list here, like Doge is an interesting one. If that's to go back to 76 cents or whatever it got to, that's a 1100% return. Let's see what else. Solana is really good still. Like, considering it's in the top 10, That's a really good return, 650% for something that's up so high with market cap. So check that out. That has, yeah, Solana has retraced a lot in the bear market so far. So I'm pretty keen on Solana. Doge is like my wild card. I'd pick that as just, you know, a point of interest. Even Shiba is like fairly high, but who knows if that's going to get back to its previous all-time high. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would say yes. Avalanche, really nice recovery potential there. Even Litecoin, I mean, Litecoin's been around for decades. It feels like that. It's been around for a long time, many years, like almost as long as Bitcoin. So yeah, just read this part here. As you can see, some cryptos will yield better returns than others if they return to their all-time high again. And that's a big if, yes, definitely. So it's only if they return, because a lot of cryptos don't. They come nowhere near their previous highs. So you just have to sort of judge it for yourself, like do a bit of research and see if that particular coin's going to come back up to its previous highs. So EGLD, or Elrond Gold, would see a 900% return from here if it goes back to its previous all-time high. From last year, I believe it made it. And you can see down the list, yeah, there's some pretty high performers there. An interesting one is Quant. Like, yes, it's only 388%, which is still awesome, but it's already started moving, I believe. So yeah, its potential back to all-time high is only 388, but still, it's a good one. Axis, not bad. Sand, 639, very good. Theta, damn, 1300%. I think that's like an audio. So audio and Theta, if they go back anywhere near their previous all-time highs, that's a big return. But yeah, you can see, like, basically you've just got to weigh out what you think has potential to go back to its all-time high and beyond. And then just weigh up if it's worth investing, your money into it. So, putting everything into Bitcoin may not be the most powerful strategy. Maybe it's one of the more certain strategies, like you're going to get returns. But, as far as percentage returns, maybe you want to diversify a bit into some of these other altcoins that, have a lot more upward potential. So yeah, food for thought. Anyway, let's go back to some technical analysis on the charts and see if there's anything that stands out. So from a couple of other videos that I've seen lately, there's this thing called the Pi Cycle indicator. You've probably seen it before too. But I'll show you, for those who haven't seen it, I'll show you the gist of what it's all about. I'm just going to make sure I'm on the right chart here. I'll go to Bitstamp. So I'll just take off the RSI for the moment, and we'll go Pi Cycle. Pi Cycle for Bitcoin, high and low. By no credits left. Let's check. Now there's a few things I'm going to turn off here. I'm going to turn off these EMAs and MAs just so we can see it. So in the past, the Pi Cycle indicator has been fairly accurate. If we go back in time, I'll turn the logarithmic view on as well so you can see it. But it marks out where the highs are fairly accurately, this indicator. And also on the flip side, it marks out pretty accurately where the lows are of the market. And you can see it's been pretty accurate in the past. It picked the high in 2017. It picked the low over here in 2018, December 2018. it picked what it thought was the top of the market here. That's our first high that we got in April last year. So this here and this here were sort of like unnatural moves in crypto. These were just pumps. Well, this was a dump to the bottom side, so there was no pi cycle bottom there. And then this was a pump, artificial pump to the high side, which was not reflected on RSI. So this push here was a bit artificial. It was just a pump. It was no the pi cycle thing did not mark the top. So what does that mean for the moment? Well, we're getting a pi cycle low right here, but that does not mean that it will be, that this is the extreme low. It's a good starting point, but as you know, manipulation and just, pushes outside of the natural flow of the market can produce a lower value, like, if we get a flash crash or something, like we saw with the COVID drop. So just be aware of that. But as you can see, when a low is set in by the pi cycle indicator, it may be the lowest point, but it doesn't mean that there's going to be a bull market the next day. You know what I mean? So when you get a low, it's followed by a period of accumulation. You can sort of see that in the previous points where they've called it low. Then there's this consolidation or this accumulation zone. So I think now that we've got our low set in, that's awesome. It means pretty much a green light on accumulation. Like, you can accumulate potentially through the rest of this year into early next year. So there's plenty of time to buy, believe me. So, this is not like perfect prediction of the future, but it's a very, very good starting point to sort of forecast what might happen just based off previous performance. So with that being said, can it just start going on a bull run from here? It might. We don't really know what's going to happen, but my money's on, I think we're going to get a bit more, sideways action for some time to come. And there's going to be time to accumulate at these awesome prices that we see right now. So not only with Bitcoin, but the whole market, like all the altcoins as well. All right, so that's the pi cycle indicator. Pretty interesting stuff. So it called the low about 4 days ago. The low at the bottom of the market. Now, let's check out, I'm going to close that chart off. Go back to the MACD. When we get a bullish cross on the MACD there, that's pretty much a signal that, the market is, not only are we getting a signal here on the cipher indicator, but we're getting a signal on the MACD when that crosses. So we've got a tick. Mind you, this is the weekly chart, so these are very strong and long-term signals that you get off these charts. And not to mention the RSI is extremely oversold. We're down. We've come down as low as, what's that? Let's really nail it. 25.72 on the RSI, so that's quite weak. That's a very low end on the RSI, and that's a weekly RSI. So yeah, that's buy area. You buy on the low side of the RSI, you sell when it's elevated, up here. So yeah, this is triple confirmation, not to mention the pi cycle bottom from that other indicator. So many things are indicating that this is a really good time to buy. And yes, DJ Short Sleeve, I hope we dump hard too. That would be amazing, because then I would buy even more. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of interest in buying at these levels at the moment. Like we've got somewhat of a triple bottom here as well. So that can be an indication of reversal. It's not the cleanest triple bottom, but you know, there's kind of like they're higher lows climbing up. But yeah, anyway, there's certainly some people out there that call that a triple bottom, which is a reversal pattern, you know. So there's more confirmation again. So yeah, many things telling us that this could be the bottom, you know. It's not 100% for certain, but it's a good start. Like it's a pretty strong indication. We're still sort of like, of course, trading in this range, which is, you know, typical of an accumulation zone. This was an accumulation zone. This was the bulls trying to hold 30K as the floor of the market, but it wasn't to be. There was a dump, which could happen again. You never know. We could get a further dump, like, you know, just to see prices flush out back down to 14,000 or lower. You know, if it is to dump, I don't see it going lower than 10K, but, you know, rock on if it does. If it goes below 10K, that's only a good thing. But yeah, you can pretty much almost bet your money on this area being the bottom of the market. Like, don't think you're going to get much action lower than this. So yeah, lots of indicators suggesting that this is, you know, the time to buy, the time to accumulate. Do your own research, do your own due diligence about which cryptos you're going to invest into. Be careful with margin trading in this current climate of the market, because you're basically just chopping. You're chopping sideways. There's no trend yet. It's waiting for the breakout. We're waiting to see this range, this rectangle here, broken in either direction to know where the trend is going. So yeah. So if things are sideways, you just leave it. You just wait. If you're a trader, if you're an investor, this is, you know, accumulation. So there's two separate things to do in different times in the market, depending on whether you're a trader or an investor. Investors, you know, they're dollar cost averaging, accumulation type style. They're playing the long game, you know, multi-year cycles or, you know, multi-month cycles. Whereas trading, you're waiting for a strong trend to be established so that you can, you know, go long or short depending on the direction. And yeah, they're totally different strategies, totally different approaches to, you know, participating in the crypto market. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at for the moment. Let's check out some altcoins. So we've had a look at EGLD, Elrond. It's found support at this previous low. You know, it's not perfect, but it's a bit deeper than that low. But for the most part, yeah, it's holding support around this level, about $60, about 50 to $60. And we know that its previous high was up around 540. So pretty awesome returns if you're to consider Elrond one of your altcoin investments. Let's check out Quant, because I think that's been moving the last few days. Go to this list here. QNT, there it is. So yeah, this one's been moving already. No surprise, I mean, it's been falling for so long now. Like, it's just been bleeding out. So to see any kind of relief going up, it's of course going to produce some hefty returns, or, you know, the the movement from down here all the way to the tippy top. It's been 178% already. In how many days has that been? It only took it a month, 32 days, just over a month to do almost 200%. So yeah, the alts, don't overlook the alts. You just want to make sure you're getting in at the right time, which is the entire trick of trading, isn't it? It's like, make sure you're picking it up at the right time. I wouldn't be like, you've kind of missed the move, catching this short run here. Perhaps wait for a pullback if you're trying to get on quant, because this rally here might not be over either. Like, there's sort of already been 3 pushes. There's this first one, it kind of looks like an Elliott wave, and then the second push, and then the third push here. So wave 1, 2 is the pullback, 3 is the second push, 4 is the second pullback, and then wave 5 is the final push. So that's a really nice example of Elliott wave there. And then, you've got your ABC correction off that. So it could go A, B, and C, maybe back down to this high here. And then, yeah, there could be a new run off that. But yeah, that's an example of one of these cryptos that have been marked down really heavily since its all-time high. Quant is definitely one of them. If you take it from top to bottom, that sell-off has been severe. 90% correction from all-time high. Bitcoin's only seen I think barely a 70. I don't know. Let's have a look. All-time high down to the lowest point we've come down from there, 74%. So we'll just round it up and call that 75%. So yeah, fairly healthy. We've seen deeper retracements in the past from all-time highs. Like if you take this one from the top all the way to the bottom, it's like an almost 84% correction. This isn't an all-time high, but it's a cycle high, down to the COVID low of, yeah, it's a 72% drop. Yeah, that's what we're working with. I wonder what this was. Yeah, that was a pretty hefty sell-off, 55% down, in the middle of a bull market. You could say this was a very fast cycle. This was, up in, X amount of months, and then we got this huge correction. This was a mini bear market and reaccumulation, all in a very short time span. It's never really happened before, I don't think, where it's produced a new all-time high. Especially after that death cross that we got. There was a death cross, like somewhere around here, on the moving averages, and yeah, to see it, that second kick, like even the pi cycle indicator didn't see it coming, but yeah, we got that run that went from the B word conference with Elon Musk. We got that second push. So yeah, weird things can happen. And if we got a second push, that means we may get a second push to the downside again. Like if we push down once, maybe we can push down again, like artificially. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, have your dry powder ready, I would say. If you think that this range is going to hold support, above 17,622, and you want to put all your powder in at this level, that's up to you. That's cool, but it's worth keeping a little bit on the side just in case this range breaks down, because buying at these levels, you may never see these prices again for Bitcoin, if we go under that support that we're currently at. So yeah, always keep a little bit of dry powder on the side just to take advantage of any further drops. And yeah, that's pretty much it for what's happening at the moment. We're just chopping sideways. It's been like that for over a month now. We'll say the start of it was about here. It's gone on for over a month, 34 days. I think it's longer than this period, actually. Where did we lose it? Yeah, it's about the same length. So 34 days from where we dropped in to where we dropped down of that range. So where we dropped in. Yeah, so we're pretty much at the same length as that previous accumulation zone. There was a little bit of an accumulation around 40k, but yeah, that slipped. We just could not achieve higher highs. And then, yeah, I think this was the breakout of this was during the conflict, when Russia invaded Ukraine. This whole tumultuous area, lots of uncertainty and pumping and dumping going all over the place. Very choppy and dangerous, that area. But, there was a lot of volatility to trade with. Yeah, this might squeeze down inside this. See how we've got a wedge here. We've got our highs getting lower and our lows getting higher. So we're still getting squeezed. We did see a squeeze from here as well, which has since played out already. We got the breakout to the upside, which caused the price to go up to 22,500. So yeah, that was a nice trade that you could have taken there if you were, trading outside of this pattern here. Of course, this is a bear pennant, so it was to see it pump to the upside out of a bearish pattern was interesting to see. So yeah, technically this is still a bear pennant, but we've got got so many different things playing out to a bullish scenario. We've got this triple bottom. We've got all the indicators on the weekly showing that selling has exhausted, and we could see a change in direction on the cards. But yeah, I guess other than that, we just have to be patient. We'll just have to wait to see what the market produces, like what confirmation we get. And yeah, that's it. That's the name of the game, just accumulation. That's what I'm doing. Do your own research, see if it's a good time for you too. I don't want to encourage you either direction, but this is what I'm doing. And the sad thing is, a lot of people aren't paying attention to crypto right now. A lot of the mum and dad investor type people. The people that come in late, they come in around this area, like late to the party, through here, when things have already happened, because they don't pay attention in the accumulation areas. Back here, no one was really, only the smart money, the people that knew what was coming, bought in the accumulation periods. And it's reflected by, the interest on YouTube. Like my channel's a good example. I've got less than 50 people watching, so I'm still grateful for that. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. But wait till the next bull cycle comes. You'll see how different the interest in crypto is. Um, I know in the last cycle, views were 300 plus every day on a live stream. So yeah, that's it. Kind of shows you the bulk of people. Um, the bulk of people are flocking. They pay attention. Yes, Scott, good word, flock. They will flock back in during the next bull run. But anyway, give yourselves a pat on the back because you guys are the smart money. You're paying attention when things are dire, when things are looking a bit bleak, that's the psychology of the markets. It's designed to sap out as much money from retail as possible. So we are retail. We're the retail market. The smart money, the people that control the movements with all the, multiple millions of dollars, they basically orchestrate these conditions. They hold the coin down, they push it down to basically make the retail market, you and I, fearful and not want to buy into it. Like, it's boring, it doesn't go anywhere, it's not producing any gains. So no one gets involved, price stays flat and boring until, they're buying during this period, just like we should be doing, right? They're buying when it's flat and boring. So smart money buying now, that's what we're going to do. We're buying during the accumulation phase. And whenever we get the next massive bull cycle, and it's going to happen, it will happen. I'm pretty confident in that. We'll be selling with them, with the smart money. Like, I expect prices to go beyond previous highs. So we're gonna be heading up toward the 100,000 and beyond for Bitcoin at some stage. I would suggest. I think it's gonna be on the next bull cycle. We may get rallies that go up to 30 or 40K, and then like sort of like a false start to a bull market, kind of like what happened back here. We had this run that went up to 14, but it didn't go any higher. I think it started off, it was a false start. It started too early. This entire zone through here was accumulation for this actual bull market cycle. And it lines up with the halving of Bitcoin. So the halving happened around here. And then, it was a catalyst for the next bull cycle. So our next halving is in 2024. So we've still got like a lot of time before that to just slowly add stacks, just keep accumulating over that time. So you've got probably a good 18 months or so before the next halving. And yeah, we'll be there to reap the benefits. You just have to be patient. You don't get rich overnight. You can if you get lucky, but trading on leverage during a bull market, it's riskier. You have to really know what you're doing and have your risk management in place. But yeah, a safer way, a more sure thing would be the investment strategy or investment approach. I'll certainly be doing both. Like, I'm not only investing now to hold the majority of my holding to take profit when the market starts seeing new all-time highs and the indicators are suggesting that we've reached another top. That's when I'll sell the bulk of my investment positions, which I'm making now. I'm building up my investment position now. But yeah, a certain portion of my portfolio will be for trading, for just making quick gains here and there. with maybe 20% of my portfolio, I'll be trading with it, or 10%, something. But the bulk of it, the the lion's share, 80%, 70%, is going to be sitting in long-term positions that accumulate over time and grow over time. So that's my approach. So let's, for example, if I'm playing with $10,000 total, about $8,000 is going to sit in long-term investment positions that go over the course of a couple of years, and then the remaining 2 grand I'm going to leverage, like be trading like an ape, going in leverage, and the gains you make from those trades, like from that intraday trading on leverage with 10 to 20% of your portfolio, you take those profits and you stack it onto your investment position. Like it's basically all about rebalancing your portfolio. So you want to always keep about 80% in the chunk of what you're holding, and then the rest is for doing the day-to-day trading type stuff. But that's just one approach. That's just what I'm doing. You can do whatever you like, of course. But think about that. Like if you're not comfortable trading, just all of your portfolio could be invested, and then you don't have to stress about stop losses and liquidations and things like that. And then if you want to be 100% pure trader, that's cool too. Like, traders spend more time in cash than sitting in positions. You're basically looking for a trend, and then you're taking advantage of the move, the likely move, with risk management in place, of course. So you've got your stop losses in place and whatnot. But if you're a trader, the majority of your time is actually spent sitting in cash while you're waiting for the setups. And if you're a day trader, like the trade only stays active from a low to a high. Basically, you're not looking for the all-time high. You're not looking for something 3 months down the track on leverage. It's just you're just catching the moves as they happen. So it's a bit more like I can see why a lot of people call it gambling, because it happens in a short amount of time, and it's the returns can be big, but there's a lot more risk involved with that. So I wouldn't go into leverage trading as a beginner. Definitely not. I mean, I still consider myself a beginner with trading. So it's one thing to know technical analysis and chart patterns and all that, but it's another thing to actually practice trading, like to actually do the trading activity, because the psychology behind it comes into it as well. And if you don't have the skill, like the practice behind you under your belt of how to control yourself when trading, you're going to lose a lot of money. Like, I lost a fair bit of money last year trading on leverage. I made gains as well, but breaking even from trading, like doing it fairly like heavy in the year, you can sort of see you're better off investing until you really know what you're doing as a trader. So that's just my 2 cents on the topic. So anyway, here we are. We're waiting for the next big move. It could be some time. I feel like if I keep doing these streams, I'm going to be repeating myself a lot, because I don't think much will change in the next few months. But that's just how I see it. I'm prepared to be wrong. Like, I could be wrong, like anyone can be. Maybe we'll break out next week. Who knows? But the way I see it, I think we're going to be bouncing around 20 for some time to come, as we're in this accumulation zone. So someone's asking about Matic. Jimmy, let's have a look at Matic. So we've looked at Quant, Matic. Yeah, Matic is awesome. I've heard something recently where they're in partnership with Disney. So they're doing, like, Disney's doing something with the Matic network, which is pretty exciting. And that's probably why you're seeing these awesome prices here. You know, this recovery from the low has come up almost 150%. Let me see if I can find the story on that. So Matic Network and Disney. Here we go. This is off the Forbes website. Polygon's Matic soars after Disney deal as crypto moves higher. Coin broke back above 20K following yesterday's volatile trading after news of a jump in US inflation for June. The leading cryptocurrency by market value is up 5% on the day. Yeah, okay, so that's like a little report on Bitcoin. Matic, the native token to Polygon, an Ethereum scaling tool, is today's top performer according to the Forbes Digital Asset Leaderboard. Matic is trading at 69 cents, up 20% over the last day, at its highest level in a month. The token also climbed above its 50-day exponential moving average. This comes as Polygon is joining Disney's Accelerator program. According to Disney, this year's Disney Accelerator class is focused on building the future of immersive experiences and specializes in technologies such as augmented reality, AR, NFTs, AI, characters. So that's pretty exciting. We all know Disney is a highly successful, company that has billions of dollars, no doubt. So a partnership, with Matic, that's big news. That's awesome for Matic. Is it going to stop at $2.93? In the next bull run? Probably not. I mean, if things stay positive for Matic, this thing could go way up. This is just early days. So yeah, definitely keep Matic on your radar. Solana, Matic, Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's heaps out there. There's a lot of exciting projects. And to see Matic come down this heavy after its all-time high, almost 90% down, that's huge. Whoever saw, a strong future for Matic and caught these prices, man, good on you for getting it under, 40 cents. But here we are at 75 cents. So it's already, the party's already started, kind of thing. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens in the next bull market. Hopefully it's still around. Hopefully it's still doing well. It came out in, 2000 well, this is at least for Binance. It got listed in 2019. Wow, there was a point in time where it was under 1 cent. It's a fraction of a cent. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Yeah, so Matic, pretty good potential there. So yeah, Cheddar, that guy Cheddar, and he loves his Matic. He was trading it through just all this volatile area here, I remember. Any thought on Aave, Quant, and ENINV? Yeah, we've had a look at Quant. So Quant's got potential too, of course. A lot of these cryptos have potential. That's easy to say. But yeah, Quant Quant's already on the move, just like Matic. It's actually come up probably a little bit further percentage-wise, but that's a result of it falling so hard. It's come up 180% since there. But yeah, Quant, good potential there. It just comes down to which crypto do you think has a future? What's going to be around in the next bull market? And then, then it's a no-brainer, That's the biggest question. All the alts are hugely sold off. Like, they're down quite low. So, yeah. Any thoughts on EOS? Yeah, EOS was like a big promising project back in 2018. Let's see how it did. Do I even have it in my list here? I don't even think I've got it in my list. Let me add it in. Did it get delisted? Surely not. Oh no, it is. It's apparently in my list. I just can't see. Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Sorry. So if we go to the weekly chart, yeah, it was pretty exciting back in 2018, but then something happened. Well, obviously the bear market happened. It didn't quite achieve its previous high last year. It did well to come up though. Like it still produced amazing returns from the the area of accumulation back up to all-time high. It's almost 500% up. But yeah, damn, it's really bleeding out. If you think there's a future like fundamentally for EOS, then yeah, it's never been this low. It's under $1. Yeah, maybe it's worth holding a couple just in case, but or a few. But yeah, see how you go. It's hard to say. It's one of those cryptos that sort of had its moment, and then other projects have come along and taken the thunder. It's the same for OMG. So EOS. These are all these Asian cryptos that were supposed to do well, and they sort of what was the other one? Neo. They're not in the top 10, that's for sure. EOS, OMG, Neo. What was the other one? There was another one. Anyway, those are the top 3 of those. Let me see if I've got the OMG. Here we go. OMG. Yeah, OMG, right? And let's open up, what was the other one that I said? Neo. Yo. So I'm on the weekly chart here. If I just reset them all so that they look the same. So OMG actually had a really good all-time high off last year's bull run. Neo is similar to EOS. It didn't come up quite as high as its previous all-time high. Kind of like XRP. XRP got to $2, I think. But its all-time high is something like $3.30. So yeah, you've just got to be careful. Like, not all alts make new all-time highs in their, the bull market. So Neo didn't. OMG did. So big tick there. EOS didn't. So yeah, these projects that had all this promise did not perform in last year's bull market. These were sort of promised as big performers in 2018. OMG, I should probably delete from that list because it actually did okay. But there was another one. I think it was, oh, that's right, NEM. So XEM. That was another big crypto with lots of promise in 2018. And I'm just going to see if I can find it. I think it's in the X's, XEM. It's not even here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, XEM, NEM. I don't even have it in my watch list. Whoops. Yeah. Hey, when was this? 2021. So I might have to go to a coin market cap chart to see how it did. XEM, NEM. So you go all for the entire history of the price. So yeah, you can see 2018, it had this amazing bull run. It kind of reminds me of XRP, right? It went up crazy and then, yeah, little baby pump last year compared to its previous high. Let's check out the other ones that did that. I think EOS was one. All, yeah. So nice all-time high. I mean, it still did a nice run, but just nowhere near what it did last time. Obviously XRP. All, yeah. XRP, awesome run in 2018. Not as high last year. What was that other one I said? Neo? I think, yeah, Neo. Let's see if that's the same story. Yep. So yeah, not all the alts come up and eclipse their previous new all-time high and make new all-time highs. So you just have to do your research. A lot can change in the space of 18 months, 12 months even, in crypto. So yeah, nothing's a sure thing. You know, there was probably people as excited as Neo as people are on Matic today, you know. You just don't know what the future holds. So never go all in on one thing. This is why diversifying is a good idea. Yeah. I just want to check out OMG and see if... Yeah, okay, OMG was, yeah. So 2018, it was above 25 bucks, and now today it's worth $1.80. And then last year's all-time high, or yearly high rather, last year's high was only... it still came up really nice, $19, but yeah. A lower high. But yeah, it was cool to see, you know, coins like Matic make new all-time highs last year. A lot of alts did. A lot of alts made brand new highs. This is the entire existence of Matic. You have to turn logarithmic on to sort of get an idea of... It came from the depths. It came from, you know, 1 cent, 2 cent for so long. It was trading at that level. You know, even last year it was only 3 cents, and then it, you know, it got up as high as, what was the all-time high? Like $3 something, or $2.87. Okay. What else did well? So VeChain, VET, that was another one with a lot of promise. I think it actually did well last year. Yeah, it did. It came up nice and high. It came out in 2018 in the ICO era. ICOs were the thing in 2018. 2017, 2018, ICOs were the thing to get in on. But yeah, VeChain, that's almost corrected right back down to its bear cycle, the previous bear market prices. So that's, yeah, who knows if that's gonna be around the next bull cycle. We'll see. What was the other one? Link, Chainlink. I know a lot of people like Link. Had a pretty decent year last year too. And it came from the depths, you know, as well. It came right from down there. Uniswap. I don't think Uniswap's been around for that long. Yeah, it only came out in 2020, like late 2020. Luna. Yeah. Alright, so this is like it's relisting, I guess. What about Lunk? Luna Classic. Yeah, damn. No, it pumped like crazy, and then boom, it's what is its value now? Not even 1 cent. That's pretty tragic. Has there been any action though on it? Yeah, let's check out Doge. Doge is it's got a long history. It came out in like 2013 or 2012 or something like that. Yeah, 2013. Let's go logarithmic. So yeah, it's had a history of pumps. That's for sure. Geez. I wish I had loaded up on it back in these red areas here. Because damn. We all know how Ethereum got up really high last year. You know, what did it get to? Almost 5 grand? 4,730. But this thing came down from way down. This was like, you know, if you go right back to the start, the lowest point was like, you know, under 50 cents. Imagine the returns. Just imagine that. That would have been crazy. And that was only in 2015, like late 2015. Crazy. Anyway, that kind of shows you like what this market can do with the right project. If you get in at the right time when it's, you know, really retraced and it's really come down, it can produce some amazing gains. And that's what we're all here for. We're trying to hunt out what's going to pull the biggest returns. Man, back when Solana was, you know, below $1, that was that would have been awesome. That was only 2020. Just gonna zoom in on this action here. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I think Solana's is one of the cryptos that has potential. ADA, Cardano has been around for a while. It was in the came out in 2017, and it made a nice run in actually when was that? When was that all-time high? That old all-time high? It was in the new year, the 4th of January. Okay. And it got to $1.11. And then last year's high was very impressive. It was what, $1 or $2, almost $3. So that's pretty cool. So if you're in the right thing, if you're in the right crypto and you bought it at the wrong time, like just wait for the next bull market, because those previous highs may get eclipsed and then some. So yeah, ADA's kind of got a good track record. All altcoins, by the way, in bear markets, all altcoins come down. I don't think there's many that outperform Bitcoin in a bear market. Probably zero. None of them do better than Bitcoin in a bear market, as far as push for new all-time highs, that kind of thing. The only coin that's come close is Ethereum, I think, to flipping with Bitcoin. But yeah, let's see if there's that good old dominance chart. So this is total market cap. You can see, the market has not started recovering just yet. We're still, if we go year to date, or let's go 1 year. Yeah, we're still sort of flat. We're below $1 trillion. We're not far off 1 trillion, but yeah, we're below that sort of big round number. Just looking for those dominance charts. So yeah, this is actually, yeah, right there. So let me just turn off every other altcoin here, so that we're just leaving Ethereum and Bitcoin. That point there where they almost touched, they came close, that was the point where there was a potential flippening. Ethereum had 31% of the market, Bitcoin had 38%. So it came close, but yeah, there's always been this healthy distance since then, where Bitcoin has maintained dominance of the market. Current dominance at 41%, 41.6. And then if we turn off Ethereum and turn on others, which means the rest of the market, I think there was a brief moment where the rest of the market held dominance. Am I just seeing things? Yeah, here it is, right there. Didn't last that long, a few days, but yeah, the rest of the market held more dominance than Bitcoin. Yeah, interesting chart to see. Back in the day when Bitcoin was almost 100% of the market. A lot of these alts that are doing really well now didn't even exist way back when. XRP has actually been around for some time. It's called Ripple back then. And Doge, good old Dogecoin. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And sorry that it was so long, but since the last stream, I think it was about a week there, but I've just been recovering from being sick. And not a hell of a lot happened in the market in that last 8 days, so no dramas. Just gonna close these down. But yeah, here we are. We've got the new day has started. Not much movement yet, but yeah. Come back on the next stream and we'll see where we're at. I think the last time I streamed was during this little downturn here. We were facing like a channel. Something like that. Anyway. All right. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe and have fun in the market. See you on the next one. Bye.